Education is usually built on stability. You learn a subject, define a curriculum, and then teach it. AI doesn't work like that. It's not a subject. It's something that transforms how all subjects are taught. And that, working at a speed that education isn't comfortable with. So the challenge isn't introducing AI into the classroom, but learning how to teach something that is still changing as we're trying to understand it. So today, we're in Ireland at the Kildare and Wicklow AI Skills Hub, talking to teachers who are training teachers to understand how to do just that. Ashley, Kevin, what is this place?
Our AI Skills Hub in Kildare Town is a space for learning, for developing skills, for bringing people from all backgrounds and all levels of expertise in digital skills or in AI together to a space to learn, to explore, to play and to problem solve with AI technologies as they develop and come on stream.
But what did you see around you before it was created that made it necessary? So what was the motivation for this?
Big motivation here was the need for opportunities on multiple different levels for people to upskill and learn in this space. And we saw an opportunity to fill that gap and really start to provide short, sharp, stackable, flexible qualifications and credentials with the focus on learning and developing skills in AI.
And Kevin, what's your relationship with this place?
So we've been a long-standing partner with Kildare and Wicklow ETB over the years. I think, to Ashley's point, the world is changing so quickly. We need to respond to that. And while there's a enormous amount of online content and very good content out there to meet that particular demand, we need to bring people together. We need to bring and develop communities of learners across teachers, schools, students, workers to meet the changing demand of the world. This provided a perfect opportunity to architect that opportunity for people. So it was a perfect idea to partner with Kildare Wicklow and Ashley's team.
What do the teachers say after they've experienced one of the courses? What's their sensation?
For me, it's the confidence, it's the excitement, it's the enthusiasm that they bring to the table. When you see them walking out the door with, I'm going to try this in my class, or I can't wait to bring this to my students, or I'm really excited, this is going to help me. That's what we want to hear, and that's what we are hearing.
Well, now I'm here with three people that I think are going to give me some pretty good insights into what's the reality of teaching teachers in this AI educational age. Sarah, Michael, two teacher trainers, and Michael, who's a digital education consultant. Getting teachers to teach AI is not the same as getting teachers to teach, for example, ancient Greek. No, that's written in stone somewhere. And AI is changing every day. It's unstoppable. It's in the news. So what are the challenges about teaching something that's evolving so much?
Mostly teachers who are doing the courses are actually quite receptive. We're learning from each other. We're exploring the technology kind of together. So, as you said earlier on about maybe ancient Greek, it's very different than teaching a traditional subject. Yet there's no kind of maybe manual that we're taking out and that we're working through.
Elaine,
Yes.
you've been teaching for some 20-something years,
I have.
but now you're learning again.
I am.
How does that make you feel?
I'm excited. It's different. It's not any space where I'm used to.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely not a subject. I definitely think it's not that. But I mean, what you're teaching them about is a technology, or a series of technologies actually, that have been around for quite some time. And these technologies are, I suppose, underpinning or they're changing how we've traditionally taught and how young people have learned in classrooms. So I think it's about figuring out where these technologies can actually add value and where you're actually better off to use older technologies.
I can see how we could use AI as a real tool for teachers. Hopefully, I could see it becoming almost like a classroom buddy in a way that would support that kind of self-directed learning, individual paths, also enable them to free up some time so that we can get back to what we used to do, which was
What was
teach.
that? What you used to do?
Teach, actually teach, and not get too caught up in technology.
I find it difficult to keep up with all the news. That's definitely
But
true.
that's the big question, no? Do you teach uncertainty too? Is that part of the process?
It's not like teaching a subject anymore. It is you are giving them the skills to equip them to be able to adapt no matter what they're doing. And I think that's a big change for teachers, and especially for a post-primary teacher.
I find it challenging. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed. There's a lot out there already, and it's only changing constantly. And as we go along, every week there's something new.
Well, I think the issue of the evolving and the ever learning, constantly learning digital technology has always been there, right? I think in many quarters, AI is seen as an unwelcome guest. It's upsetting the party.
I'm very much on a steep learning curve myself. So all I can try and do is keep a little bit ahead, impart what I know, try and filter out what's useful or what I know would be useful to the learners and to the students and to the teachers in the sense of what tools are there now.
It's time and space to actually get to use the tools, to, as I said, to play with the tools, to trial it. Trial and error is actually what's working in the classroom for teachers, and that is unanimous with any of the teachers I've worked with from primary school into further ed. They want to be able to get time to actually try what works and what doesn't work. And I think play is really, really important with regard to it, because you're never going to be able to apply it without getting to play with it. But when you see places like here being developed, it's absolutely fantastic because it's giving it a central location with really fantastic teachers to support other teachers. And it's creating networks and communities. And while it'd be fantastic to have the time within, say, a teaching day to get to trial things, that's not the reality. But when teachers are getting meaningful training and CPD opportunities, they embrace it and they do it in their own time as well. They shouldn't have to all of the time, but they do because they actually care so much about their practice.
Sarah, you know a little bit more about Microsoft Elevate. Now you're more connected to it. What does it look like in a practical sense here?
So the Microsoft Elevate program, it's a fantastic worldwide program where very ambitiously over the next couple of years, Microsoft are hoping to skill 20 million people. And it's really important. We've already discussed the importance of skilling with regard to AI, but having a centre like this, Ireland is as important as any other country. And it's now starting, as Michael said, we're actually kind of funneling into having areas where the Microsoft Elevate program can really spread, where we can actually start skilling. Our numbers may start small, we're a smaller country, but it doesn't mean that we can't have the impact that is needed.
You're beginning an AI course this week, no? As part of this program.
Yes, we are.
What are your expectations from this course?
I want to learn more about AI and how it works, you know, how it's good for us and the environment, or maybe not good for the environment.
Well, that's another question, because I know a couple of you are not so AI friendly, so you're going to talk to me about that, no, in a minute. But what are your expectations for this course?
I guess more to learn with how to use AI and what is AI, like description going into that.
Do all of you think that AI is going to help you in this future that you're all looking for? No, you're looking for the college. You wanted to be an accountant. Do you think AI is going to be a part of that?
In some aspects, yeah. Like, let's say calculator, maybe. That's really it.
I feel it's inevitable, even if I don't like it. It has to be a part of my journey in some way or another.
Is that your feeling? Because you're also a bit of an AI skeptic, I know.
No, I do feel the same way, but mine is more so that I don't really want to harm the environment, and I also don't trust AI. So even if it says something that I was thinking or that I help, I can't help but just find something else.
I feel it gives more confidence. It's built to give more confidence, but it doesn't help too much with the actual problem. And it's designed to give you comfort and not a solution.
So what would have to happen for you to sort of conform or even like AI?
I'd say it would have to be better for the environment and for it to be more used in better and more impactful uses.
I would like for ethical data.
Please use it for something important like cancer research.
And maybe it's just a sign of how this hub is really in the center of redefining how AI in education is going to be used in Ireland. We've just seen that the Irish Higher Education Minister has come to visit, and he's having a quick tour of the school and talking to some of the people here. And we're going to try to talk to him a little bit later. Mr. Lourdes, thank you very much for this opportunity. No? I very much liked your speech, but I like what you said about non-AI natives and AI natives. How do non-AI natives teach AI natives about AI?
It's a very good point. So how does one generation teach the next generation coming behind it that actually maybe knows more about it?
Exactly.
I think actually they're honest and open and say, look, this is a new technology. I'm discovering it, trying it out. I think in any technology, in anything actually, whether it's technology or something else, we learn by doing. We get hands-on, we try things, they break, we try again, we make them work. So I think it's a combination of active learning, and I think that's so what I was saying in the speech about we're used to the term digital natives and the kids that grow up with social media and smartphones. I didn't, you probably didn't, but our kids do. But now AI natives are the next wave.
Exactly.
And I think they will just take this as another technology. So it's a good thing as long as we stay optimistic, open, and make sure the opportunity is taken.
Or how do we create long-term education plans for a technology that's changing month by month?
So I think I'm a big fan of in law, in technology, in politics, high-level principles, because the underlying cogs in the wheel will be swapped out.
For sure.
And will change and get faster.
Exactly.
But if we have the big framework and with the idea, I think that generally that keeps us moving forward the right way.
What's at stake if education doesn't adapt to AI?
Well, I think the skills that we're teaching are not relevant for the world the students are emerging into. So the acceleration of AI and large language models and generative AI in the last 3 years is at pace that I don't think anyone expected or is ready for. Remains one of the big open questions. But I think education needs to evolve like everything else is evolving. And I think the opportunity for us is to do that and to lead that and to figure that out because it is changing. And we're not going to go back to a model that we were used to. Yeah. This is the new emerging model.
Well, Ashley, thank you. It's been a great day. We've seen a lot of great things. Thanks for taking care of us so well.
It's been a pleasure, Rory. Thank you for coming to visit us, and we hope that you come back to the hub soon.
We'll come back in a few years to see how everything has changed again.
Please do, please do. It'll be a pleasure.
Bye, Ashley.
Rory, bye-bye.
Here in the AI Skills Hub in Kildare, we've seen that their secret to applying AI in education is to play with it, to explore, to see where it takes them. And maybe that's the big lesson here. Just dive into AI and enjoy the journey.